The semifinals are here, people. We're down to the final four of the Copa America. Argentina against Canada, Colombia against Uruguay. We are in for some mouth-watering, arepa-filled semifinals. Let me know your predictions in the comments down below. And heck, put the hashtag in the comments down below, Copa America over Euros. Because when I watch the Copa America, yeah, it can be a little bit physical, it can be a little bit dirty. At least there's intensity. At least the players fight for the nation. At least players are willing to take risks. That's why I cover all of the tournaments, from the Asian Cup, AFCON, Euros, to Copa America. Because the Copa America sort of embodies what I like about football. Intensity, flair, and downright, you gotta get dirty sometimes. And that was evident between Uruguay and Brazil. What is the dream final for you? Is it Canada versus Colombia? Argentina against Uruguay? Argentina, Colombia? Canada, Uruguay? I want to know your dream final. Not even just prediction. What's your dream final? So the first semi-final, it is a rematch of the group stage encounter. The first game of this Copa America, Argentina and Canada. The first game obviously was a 2-0 victory for Argentina. Not the most comfortable because Canada did push them in that game. If Canada pulled this off, this would be one of the greatest upsets in Copa America history. Not because Canada are, you know, this weak team. They're now nobodies. No, it's because Argentina are defending World Cup and Copa America and Finalissima champions. So if Canada were able to pull this off in their debut, oh my god, it is going to be sensational. The game that we saw in the group stage, Canada did create a lot of chances. And I think with their high pressing, that really caught Argentina off guard. You know, if Jonathan David, Kyle Larin, Schalfenberg, who's been great at this Copa America, he's going to be starting. The issue for Canada is there's no Cornelius. He's suspended for this game. That's a bit of a big loss because Cornelius has been really good. That center-back pairing of Bombito and Cornelius with Corpo as the goalkeeper, that spine has been working wonders for Canada. The midfield's got to step up big time because, yeah, Argentina's midfield didn't play the greatest, I thought, against Ecuador. Canada really got to take it to that next level. All of these players, they can't be shy of the moment. And that's a thing I like about Jesse Marsch's side. They have not been shy of any moment at this goal. Basically, they're playing an away game every single match. They're going to play an away game here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Canadians, go support your guys. It's not that far away if you're from Toronto. What is it, 5-hour, 6-hour drive? Go support them. This is a historic moment for Canadian sports and Canadian football specifically. So Canada need all the support. If Jonathan David can be clinical, if Kyle Larin can be clinical, Alphonso Davies, I don't think he's had like a world-class game. Could we see a world-class game from Alphonso this game? What a moment it would be. We know he scored that ridiculous goal against Real Madrid in the semi-final. Does he have that in his arsenal for this game? Because they're going to need it. Canada need all of the artillery. They need all the artillery. They need the machine guns. They need the jets. They need the cruise ships. They need all of it to beat Argentina and to pull off a major upset. They've been good defensively. They got that threat on the counterattack. If they can just be clinical, Canada have a shot here. I would say this game is like 65-35 for Argentina. At the end of the day, this is Argentina we're talking about. Yes, Messi hasn't been, I think, the greatest at this Copa America. Evidently, age is showing. Wow, would have not guessed that. Same thing for Ronaldo. It's the same thing for Messi. He's not at that prime Messi anymore. He can give you those moments of brilliance like he did against Canada where he gets the assist to Lautaro. You can see those moments where he picks that perfect pass. He's not going to press. He's not going to do a lot of stuff off the ball. He's not going to do a lot of defending. Just give Messi the ball and he will play make. Scaloni apparently watched a lot of film after the Ecuador game. And he had to because his team, I mean Argentina, that was probably their worst game since Saudi Arabia. They didn't even play that bad against Uruguay at home in the Copa World Cup qualifiers. Ecuador, they were surviving. At the end, they were surviving. But they got the victory. And once it goes to penalties, we know what happens. Debo is going to win it for them. Argentina need to improve massively in the midfield. Their midfield had zero creativity and zero control, I thought, against Ecuador. And that's what you need against Canada. You need control and you need creativity. Canada, they have very good fullbacks in Alistair Johnson and Alphonso Davies. So they're not really going to get a lot of joy down the wings. Where Argentina can cook is down the middle. Messi, with De Paul, with McAllister, whoever else is going to start, whether it's Enzo, even though I thought Enzo was pretty poor against Ecuador. That's where Argentina need to get the creation from. Lautaro's just got to get back to that form, but Lautaro really didn't have a lot of chances against Ecuador. Can't blame him. Look, Argentina are going to be the favorites, and they know they survived in the last game. This is now where their tournament starts. If you want to win the Copa America, send a statement, beat Canada 3-0, 4-0, and then Argentina go into that final with all the confidence, and they're going to go up against one of Colombia and Uruguay. I would love to see Canada win this game, honestly, because even though I'm half American, I don't care. I want to see Canadians do well. Yeah, I want to see Canadians do well. If they could beat Argentina, do you know how much of a L that is on everybody else in CONCACAF? That Canada, where football is not even the main sport. Same here in Finland. Football ain't the main sport. Very much a connection with Canadians in an aspect that football will always be looked down upon. Ice hockey will always be king. But this Canadian team can change that narrative if they make this final and beat Argentina of all sides. But, sorry Canadians, Argentina got this. It's going to end 2-0. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be very close because Canada have those players that can be a threat on the counterattack. But Argentina have that experience in pressure moments. And I think they will win 2-0. Lautaro will get a goal. And maybe Messi will get his first goal of the Copa America. This game is going to be insane, people. Uruguay and Colombia. Where's my Colombia kids? Where's my Colombia kids? Look, shout out to all the Colombians out there. I had to pick one of the shirts to wear. This is going to be so fascinating to watch. This is the game I wanted so badly. Unfortunately for Uruguay, Araujo, he's injured. And it doesn't look like he's going to play this game. It's a hamstring. I doubt it's going to take like 4 or 5 days to recover. I don't think he's going to make it. The guy is a beast of a center back, but he constantly gets injured. Also, no Nandes, but Nandes throughout this Copa America, I think he's been really rash with his tackling, not been effective going forward. And I think Varela can do a job in that position. But he's going up against Luis Diaz. So that's going to be a big issue for Uruguay. Uruguay in these last 2 games have went back to that old Uruguay mindset like under Tabares. Whereas defensively, we are not going to give you anything. Nada. And offensively, we're not going to give you much either. We'll give you that 1 or 2 goals, and that's it. That is like old school Tavares football. We know what Bielsa. Bielsa finally beat Brazil at a major competition. So that's a good thing for him. Confidence within himself and confidence within this team. This is actually Uruguay's first Copa America semifinal since 2011. And what did they do in that year? They won the Copa America. This is great confidence for this team. They needed a big win, and they got that big win. Obviously, they've had big wins against Argentina and Brazil at home, but in the Copa America, where the pressure is at the highest, to beat Brazil on penalties, that does wonders for them. Their midfield needs to step up, though. Valverde, De La Cruz. I love Ugarte. I think Ugarte is a beast. Ugarte, though, against James, we see what James is doing. James is playing at Ballon d'Or level. I don't care what anybody says. This guy is insane. When it gets to international football, the old school number 10s stand out. And James is doing exactly that. Every set piece, Colombia look dangerous. Uruguay, every set piece, they defend very well. But I think Uruguay can cause Colombia trouble. Colombia haven't really met a team where they're going to press you, where they're going to really be physical with you. Yeah, Brazil tried to show that against Colombia, but Uruguay are at another level. And they have the technical ballers to do so. Like I said, Darwin has to be clinical. He had that 1 chance against Brazil, and that's it. Araujo and Pelistri, I don't think they had the most greatest of games against Brazil. So Uruguay's attack in the last 2 games has been lacking. Same with the midfield. This is the game where they need to step up. This game is not really going to be about the physical presence, you know, old school sort of South American football. No, I think this is more about technical players standing out. So the likes of De La Cruz, Pelistri, Araujo, Nunes, Valverde, they have to step up massively in this game for Uruguay. They haven't played the best football in the last 2 games. They've just played the most effective football. Bielsa understands that. Bielsa understands what it takes to win a tournament. He has never done it, but he's been in many tournaments to understand that. But Colombia, these guys are fuego. Colombia are invincible right now. 27 games unbeaten. Just destroyed Panama and kicked them out of Gran Colombia. 5-0. They ain't playing anymore. They're saying, cool, you don't really believe in us? We're going to beat everybody. We're going to send a statement. So if you're a Colombian, you got to feel real confident. But this is the game now where it all matters. It's cool beating Panama. It's cool beating Paraguay. It's cool beating Costa Rica. This is the game where you have to do it. Wonderful moments. All of the unbeaten streak, it comes down on the line right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Of all stadiums, really, we're going to play this in Charlotte. All right, Conmebol. Where can Colombia do well? Uruguay. You cannot attack them down the middle. They're so good defensively, Uruguay. When the ball gets into the final third, Uruguay immediately press and don't give the opponents a lot of space. So the likes of Lucho, Arias, and obviously James, they're going to have big games. Yon Cordoba, the guy is turning out to be the #1 striker for the next couple of years for Colombia. Physical presence, very good runs in behind, and he's going to have to continue doing that against this Uruguayan defense. And Colombia have been defensively solid with Cuesta to Davinson Sanchez, obviously Munoz to Mojica. They've been so good defensively. They haven't allowed a lot of goals and haven't allowed a lot of chances. Except, okay, Panama had a couple of decent chances, but I think Colombia, they took their foot off the gas. They understood they could just be in cruise control. Their players were well rested, and now they'll be very rested for this Uruguay game. Uruguay are coming into this game with bruises. They've been in a boxing match for 12 rounds. Colombia, they got that 2-round knockout and said, cool, we're going to go home, take a shower, maybe have a nice mojito, I don't know what, caipirinha or whatever drink, and just chilled out and just watched Uruguay against Brazil. So this game, oh my God, this is going to be fun. I don't think it's going to be like a high-scoring 2-2, 3-3 game. And remember, people, it's still 90 minutes and it goes straight to penalties in the Copa America until the final. That's when it goes to extra time. It's so tough, man. It's so I love these two teams. I wish either of them could win it. I got the Uruguay kit. I think I'm really believing in this Uruguayan team because they got that old school mentality about them, but they also got the technical ballers. And Colombia, it don't look like they're going to lose for a while. So which one is going to prevail, people? La Celeste or Los Cafeteros? For me, I think it ends 1-1. It goes to penalty. And Rochette is the hero for Uruguay, and they win 2-1 and advance to the final. Let's hope for a great game. I'm torn on which one is going to win. It's either way, people. That's why I have it going to penalties, because I feel like Uruguay could get like an early goal in the 20 minutes, maybe stun Colombia, but Colombia can just have that fight back within them, and they showed that against Brazil. They got the goal back, and then they just dominated that second half. I think both teams, they're playing at a great level, and let's just hope for a great game. I have nothing against Colombia. They're like one of my favorite sides, and I said this and tweeted this out. Remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Link to those in the description down below. I said if Colombia played in the Euros, they would make it to the final. They would. They would smack up England with their intensity and all of the technical ballers. Let's see how Colombia can do with their midfield, because their midfield is cooking right now with Jefferson Lerma to Richard Rios up against Valverde de la Cruz. The midfield battle is going to be an all-timer in this game. So let's hope for a great game. Best of luck to the Uruguayans. Best of luck to the Colombians. But I think Uruguay win on penalties and advance to the Copa America final and set up a date against Argentina for number 16. Oh boy, oh boy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, people. Which two teams will be making it to the final in Miami, getting a reservation for a BBL and maybe a Cubano sandwich? Remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. We'll be doing match reactions to both semifinals, so join me for that. But for now, have a beautiful day, stay safe in this crazy world, and until next time, adios.